Now, there are a few key problems in Smite 2 that's holding back the fun factor to actually be super fun. Like, it's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's not like mwah, you know. It's like, yeah, you feel me? So here's just a few things that are the problems, and I'm gonna obviously just propose solutions for the problems, because I feel like if you propose a problem and you don't have like any kind of a solution or any way, like what could you do to make it feel better, I think is it's a not a bad problem. I think problems are good to point out, but I think it's doesn't help as much as you think it would just to produce a problem and not really ask or give your input as a solution. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're gonna do. Okay, first one is the invading is getting out of control. It is. At first, it was kind of cool, but I don't know who thought that invades were a good thing. Like, for it's a reason why we have the invader's curse. Like, it's called the invader's curse because you're cursed for invading. Nobody likes to get invaded. Nobody likes to get invaded. Like, it's not fun. And if they're building a crit Ymir and they're invading your camps level 1, what are you doing? As a Susano, what are you doing? Running away. You're running away. As a Thanatos, what are you doing? You might throw a scythe and then you're gonna run away because Ymir's gonna freeze you or to you if he guys two first, and he's going to swing, and he just has so much more base damage by the factor of his passive that he's just going to invade you. And if he has curse, or not curse but sunder, your buff is gone too. And that's for any support. Bacchus, he's gonna belly flop on you, he's gonna sunder your buff. Athena, she's gonna dash you or taunt you, either one, and she's gonna sunder your buff. And now you're out of a buff, so now you gotta run back to the back camps, or you can try to trade and fight them. Or guess what they're gonna do? They're just gonna be there to waste your time, just like in season 5 or season 6, whenever invade meta happened. The goal was not to even steal a buff. That was the least of the goals. The goal was just to waste your time so much that you're behind the enemy your jungler. So your jungler is 3 levels up or 2 levels up or whatever, already going to do their first gank. By the time they either kill you, which dying is not a problem because their support, they're going to get their levels, right? It's even a shareable increase in how many levels in the XP they get. So that's the rant done about invading. I don't know why people were like, oh yeah, invade is such, no, it's a reason why we had Invader's Curse. There's a reason. It's not, it wasn't just a, yeah, you know what, I think we should put this in. No, it was because it was an actual problem because you just camped the jungler. But yes, put Invader's Curse back in for like the first, what, 30, just let them do that first buff. They get 1 free buff, and then yeah, Invader's Curse can come on. Because invades are going to happen more just because the jungle has a more open field and it's not as closed off. Like if you look at the Smite map now, there's like corners protecting red buff on the side. So you have to do a little bit deeper in to actually start attacking the red buff. Compared to the Smite 2, the red buff has just one flat wall against this salt wall. So no one can like come in from this way and attack it from, the fire giant pit. You actually got to just wrap around just a little bit, not a lot, to go into enemy territory. So it's more like you're more likely going to see more invades. Same thing with purple and speed. Speed is the furthest it's been up probably since season 4. So that's good. Those kind of invades are good. Late game, mid game invades, like after the first 3 seconds. I'm fine. You can invade after the first 3 seconds. It just can't be within those 3 seconds. That's it. Second thing is going to be the lack of gods right now. Lack of gods, it makes it kind of boring now to play the same gods over and over and over and just grind rank, which rank is the next thing that's coming up. But spoiler alert, rank is not good, or at least how it is implemented right now. And obviously they said they're going to build upon it each patch cycle, but right now, I'm talking about right now, it's just not good. But anyways, the lack of gods is just so apparent because in jungle there's 4 traditional junglers. Or at least assassins, Thanatos, Susanoo, Loki, and Fenrir. And they all pretty much fill that same void. And archetype of junglers, there's no auto attack junglers, and there's no heavy CC junglers. Like the heaviest CC you probably have is coming from Fenrir, and that's from Bite and the jump. But like someone like Humbots, someone like Thor, someone like Can I get another one? Can I get another one? Can I get another one? I can't get another one. But you know, you get the point. Just actually like more utility based junglers and team fight oriented junglers, which I guess Susanoo is kind of one, but they nerfed his ult like a lot, so it doesn't really have the same knockup power as it used to have, in order to have the vortex from the startup. He's more in line with like how Thanatos plays, how Loki plays, and how Fenrir plays. But probably get like one auto attack assassin in there, like Nim. I guess Nim's like kind of like a hybrid. She can build either one, honestly. But like Arachne, Bakasur, just one of those would be nice, just to have a nice little variance. And then don't implement any more. We don't need any more mages. But the next god they're putting in is a mage. Is Nuwa. We already have so many mid lane mages, or mid lane characters. Excuse me, like Neith, Anubis, Hecate, Zeus. There's one more. There's one more. I can't think of it right now. Hold on. So once again, here we go. Anubis, Hades, Hecate, Kukulkan, Sol, the Morgan, Zeus, and Neith. That is 7 gods they already have in the mid lane. 7. And they're introducing more. And there's probably more that just aren't mages or play like mages. Like, yeah, okay, there's not really another one. Like, you could probably flex Cern in there. A lot of hunters can go in there. But the point is, stop adding. We had that problem in Smite 1, that there was just so many mages. And yes, there's a lot of different archetypes of mages. But at the end of the day, there's still a mage. Like, it doesn't really matter, because most mages are still playing like Thoth plays, not exactly like Zeus, but they feel very similar. The only difference is Thoth is an artillery mage, Zeus is more of a burst mage. I could really not care less. They're both mages. They both play mid lane. They both play in the same fashion, more or less. Try not to get hit. Do big damage. Get a kill. Like, I feel like it's very simple to just not add a mage. We have more mages in the game than any other class. And yes, okay, maybe you can say Hades not a mage, but that's still 6 other mages. Because Neith is a mage. She plays like a mage. And then the rest were actually mages. So just fix that up a little bit. And if we're going to add characters, let's add actual interesting characters, and not Nuwa that flies up into the air and says, "Raise the heavens!" and does 1,000 damage to your whole team each for free. Like, at least if we're going to add her, can we change her ult and not just give her the same ult? Let's actually change the part that was frustrating about her. It's crazy to me. I get it. She sells skins. Sex sells because she's barely wearing any clothing, and people just love that. But oh my gosh, there's another way to do it than just giving people, oh bro. Anyways, raise the god pool, which they aren't doing a bad job. At least they're getting 2 gods every 3 weeks, but just put better gods that are more fun into the game. Like Amma, okay, she's more fun, but she's not a popular god. You could have added Hercules, you could have added Achilles, you could have added King Arthur, but you decided to add Amma because Ajax said, yeah, put Amma in the freaking game right now. Are you high? Are we high? Are we seriously high? We're taking Amma over King Arthur, over Achilles, over literally anyone that's more fun. Hercules? I'd rather have Horus, and I love Horus actually. But we put Odin in the game. We put Odin in the game over so many other solos. Come on, you're actually trolling. Anyways, just add more gods, which they are doing so. But right now, there's only 23, so it kind of gets a little old playing the same gods out there a while. Now, next thing is rank. Rank was probably one of the biggest peeves, besides how the invade meta is happening right now all over again. And high res thought, yeah, people are gonna like it. And like, so some people were saying, oh yeah, I wish they did invade meta. No, it's a reason why they stopped doing invade meta. I don't get, like, it's like people just have like a nostalgic look back on invade meta. What do you mean you liked it? No, nobody liked it. They patched it out for a reason. Anyways, Next thing on the list is gonna be rank. Ranked is a little underwhelming right now just because all the features aren't in right now, and I know they said they're gonna add it and they're working on it, but how hard is it to group people in the same tier together at least? Like, I'm not saying the SR has to be similar, which I feel like that's a pretty easy thing to put into a computer. Hey, fucking, if someone is 100 SR, they have to play with someone either 0 within 100 SR of them, right? Up and down. So, and I feel like that's a fairly easy thing to do. Like, okay, you're 100 SR, so you can play with someone 200 above, or you can play with someone with 0 SR. That's easy. Okay, you have 1,000 SR. You can play with someone 1,200 up, or 1,200, and you can play with someone 1,000. I feel like those are easy changes to make. Or 1,000 SR, not 1,000. Oh my gosh. But I feel like that's just some real simple changes to make that they're just not making. Like, there's no way MMR is more complex than that. Maybe it is. Okay, no, it probably is. But I feel like something baseline like that to make sure you're not getting just absolute shit games. I feel like that's very easy. And then obviously you can expand that like as the minutes go by. Like some like easy pseudocode is if player SR is equal to 1,000, they can only queue with someone 200 above or below. Like, I feel like that's simple stuff. Every minute expanded by 200. Like, it's so simple. Because I just don't want to noob stomp the same people I just noob stomped. And nobody wants to get fucking railed by a pro team that is queuing and ranked together as a 5-man. Nobody wants that. That is AIDS. It's AIDS. Nobody wants to play against that. Nobody. So the fact that they didn't add that automatically is kind of weird. I don't know how hard it is to just group people in the same, that's one tier above, one tier below. But that's a very simple change. And it just feels like rank is literally just, okay, pretty much how many games do you play? Which is why people did not like the old rank system. It was just, okay, if you play enough games and you have a high enough frame rate, you'll eventually get up and up and up and up. Which even then, that was false. Just because, sure, I guess you could play a lot of games and eventually you will have your highs and your lows. But at the end of the day, that's just how every system's going to be. You can just get on a really hot one streak. You can get on a really cold one streak. So I feel like that was a stupid complaint by a lot of people. But now it's actually that, because the skill, like, you can always go up and up and up in rank. As long as you have a 51% win rate, you're possibly, if we really just went long term, you would eventually get to deity. Well, I don't know if you have to play like 1,000 games, probably 100,000 games probably, but you could get there. Compared to before, if you had a 50% win rate, you're not moving from where you are, or 51% win rate, you're not moving from where you are, because as soon as you win that 51st game, you're going against harder people. And then if you don't adapt to those harder people, your 51% win rate is going to go back down, because you're progressively going against harder and harder people. But now you don't go against harder people even if you're deity. You go against the same amber and clays and bronze. Like, this is simple stuff, very simple stuff to keep people engaged. And yeah, I do like the number just going up. Number goes up, feels good, but it's only so fun it is when, especially when your teammates just don't even know how to lane and you lose because of that, because they go 1-11 when you're 2 or 27-2. Like, make it make sense. But that's about it on the bad stuff. Just really need to get that off my chest and rant about it, so I'm good now. Oh, I'm about to play the Slay some Spire and go back to Smite 1, because at least Smite 1 has MMR, and playing with MMR is so much more fun. Okay, catch you later. Bye.